And I think in all aspects of what I talk about, you can relate it to your teen. So try to think about that as well, because I think they have dual purpose. Okay, let's talk about 5 tips to help people get to know you. I mean, fall in love with you. Fall in love with you. Okay, first of all, you have to fall in love with yourself. And I don't mean that in like a, oh my gosh, I'm so amazing, I'm so great, like, I'm perfect. No. But you have to love yourself. You have to feel confident in yourself, and you have to radiate that in order for other people to feel that way about you. Now, hold on, let me see if my next slide says this. Okay, perfect. So these are the ways that you can fall in love with yourself. You have to get used to seeing yourself on camera. You have to get used to looking at yourself in pictures. I remember, like, I'm sure I took a selfie here or there before I started this, but I didn't have like a bunch of selfies on my phone. It was the most awkward thing of my life to take a selfie. Now I'm like, I've like taken selfies in my sleep. We all are, right? So you gotta start watching yourself. Watch every single video that you do, every training that you do, every live video that you do in your post. If you're not comfortable with yourself, you've got to watch the videos. Send them to your best friend. Have your husband watch and say, does this sound like me? Like, is this how I am? Because you may not perceive yourself being different, but if you're not being true to you, then it's going to come across weird to other people. So watch yourself big time, and have other people do it as well. Another thing is find a role model. So find somebody that either is in our business or in another business that you really look up to and you think is good at what they do, and stalk the crap out of them. Watch their videos, listen to them, look at their posts, remember their mannerisms. Think about some of the things they do that you really like, the things that they focus on, the way that they talk with their hands, whatever it is. You're not trying to copy them. You're not trying to be them. But in those moments when you're doing your Facebook Live, and if you're not confident and you're like, remember that, because you've talked about it so many times, and it's kind of like a fake it till you make it, and you will then become more confident in yourself because you've watched somebody kind of teach you that. And then obviously you got to practice. You got to practice. It is not, you're not going to get better. If you do one Facebook Live a week, or you do one video a week or whatever, it's not going to happen. Let me just tell you, I'm pretty sure, I can't remember if I'm supposed to tell you this story right now, but I remember I remember my first video. My husband's in the garage, and my kids are asleep, and I go out there, and I'm like, do not come in here. Don't even think about coming in here. So I lock myself in the bedroom. I sit down on this little chair. I set up the lighting. I've never made a video before, ever, but I'm like, of course I can do this. And I lock the door, and I'm like, I'm serious. Don't even, like, I did not want him to hear me, whatever. And I'm like, okay, I know what I'm going to say. Okay, I got it. So I do it, and I think, oh, okay, yeah, that was good. I watch it back. Whoa. I wish that I could play it right now, but instead I'll just recreate it for you. You ready? I'm not exaggerating, okay? Lip Sense is an 18-hour lipstick. It is kiss-proof, waterproof, and smudge-proof. It's for everyone. I watched that back, and I'm like, I am horrified. And like 25 takes after that, it kept doing that. And I'm like, stop doing that. And I'm like, I can't, that's the way I talk. No, that is not the way you talk. But it was the most horrible thing I've ever seen, ever. And even now when I watch the video and the one that I accepted, I'm like, do you ever watch a commercial and you're like, who in the world approved that? You know that they sat down and they're like, that's the one. You're like, what the crap? No. Now when I watch the one that I accepted, I'm like, wow, well, it was for sure better than the first one. But my point is, practice makes perfect. And I have people say all the time, like, oh, like, it's just so easy for you to do a Facebook. It just sounds like you're, like, talking to your friend or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but that's not how it started. And that's not how it starts for anybody. And I think about, like, actresses and actors and stuff, and I'm like, wow, that is amazing. But it's because they practice, and it's the same thing. Okay, the next thing to get people to love you is to creep on them. So what does that mean? That means that you gotta get to know them. You gotta know what they like. You have to know what they're into. You've got to be up in their business without them knowing that you're in their business. You have got to be looking at their social media. You need to be finding out what groups they're in. You need to be really, really paying attention to them. Okay? And as you do that, I'm going to go into a little bit about how that's going to help you create content that's going to resonate with them. So, tip number 2 is be yourself. How many of you guys watch The Bachelor? I really wish there was more hands that just got raised right now. It's fine. So, there's a really annoying girl that was on a couple episodes, and that's why I asked. But she said, you do you. You do you. And yeah, so, and I love that so much. You cannot be somebody that you're not. And if you try to be,